for this race. 21 cars will make the main event, and let's fly through the starting lineup real quick so we don't have to interrupt the command. It's Maranello, Kenny McCormick, McCock, Luis Garces, Rodrigo Maltos, and Tyler Barnett, Joseph Sheldon and LJ Toledo, and then you have Tommy Fletcher and Brady Arbaugh, Wilson Hunt and Jonas Scruton, followed up by Charles Varga and Danny California, Gigaballs and Hector Daniel, and behind them you have David Ryans and Ronnie Meeks, Christian Mastery and Charlie Atherton, who is second in points, Lance Thompson, the Wood Brothers driver, and Ren Penrose, Alejandro Garcia Aguirre and Ross Dunn, and then you have Declan Bennett and Mitchell Mardiros. But let's go trackside and wait for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines are fired. And obviously, you think about what if a full-timer DNQs because you have a good amount starting out back? Well, if a full-timer is guaranteed a spot in this race. So, hypothetically, if a full-timer were to be in the bottom 5, they're guaranteed a spot. So the lowest part-time car would then be booted out of the race. But here we come to the green flag. McCormick and Maranello. Green flag. I see some cars sliding up the track, McCormick up the racetrack. He's gonna get clear. Garces in the wall, almost gets LJ Toledo and a couple other cars wrecked. Maltos going for second. Maltos, however you say it. And how about Joseph Sheldon making it 3 wide on the bottom? McCormick just wants to hear clear inside so he can jump down there. And he will be able to hear that. He's clear of the 10 Joseph Sheldon. Meanwhile, Fletcher has moved up into second over behind Maranello. And how about Ronnie Meeks in the bottom 5? He finished second at Bristol. So very surprising out of him. Atherton making a bold 4-wide move. Saying, get out of the way, I'm second in points, I need to get a good starting spot. Hector, Daniel, and Atherton both trying to get their way through the field. And if you need a near fear Atherton, you need to tell yourself to just keep the car clean, because you're going for a championship, and if you crash here, you're going to have to go back in the main race. So is it really worth damaging the car for 21st on track? Those are the types of questions you have to ask yourself. On a vibe right now, Meeks, Bennett, Mardiros, Penrose, and Dunn. Ross Dunn finished 9th in his debut at Bristol last week. Not last week, last race. Last race out, we didn't race last week. Okay. Sorry about that. Look at Barga. Let's talk about that guy. Charles Barga, your most recent race winner, has just moved up into the 4th position. On 5 right now, Scruton, Bennett, Mardiros, Penrose, and Dunn. But they could still knock someone like a Toledo out, or a Garces, Luis Garces, and that's what they're going to do, because Jonas Scruton's going to get around the 62. Scruton won last weekend in Chicagoland for Trackhouse Racing. Unfortunately, not all 3 cars from Trackhouse will be in the race, as the driver of the 91 from last weekend, John Layspeed, he was not able to get into this main event. Garces trying to make it 2 Trackhouse drivers not making the race. He's going to jump to the inside of the 3. Here we go for the lead. The 69 of Tommy Fletcher trying to make a move on the 66 of the Dino Maranello for the top spot and 5 bonus points, which Barnett also wants because he is 3rd in the championship right now. It would benefit him the most to win because Albright didn't win his heat. Scruton following back through the field. Mardiro's trying to bump into the show. And that 91 Gates Hydraulics Toyota. Toledo and Ryan's battling for positions. Let's check on Atherton's car for the field. McCock is back there. He started in the 3rd position, if anyone remembers, and now he might race the show if he doesn't pick up the pace some. Is the place you'll have to be in to make the show, or higher than that. I bet most drivers would prefer to be higher than that. Oh, up the racetrack. Gigaballs almost gets turned by Maskery. So right now, bottom 5, Garces, Bennett, Scruton, Penrose, and Dunn. But Bennett making a move on Garces for the position. And look at the 3 making it 3 wide. Or attempting to. Man, that's gonna allow Penrose to take a look to the outside. He's not gonna get to the outside. Oh, but Penrose is gonna punt him up the hill. And you know, you can't be doing that because they're 3 wide for the last transfer spot. No, they were 3 wide, they got it settled out, but they've gotta go get Medeiros. Side by side, Garces trying to be the one to go get the position. Oh! I just knocked my microphone onto my keyboard, if that was what you just heard. 3 wide. Look at Barca going for 2nd. Barnett has to make this move work on the top. as they stay 3 wide. They're chasing down Mardiros. Can they make a move? Or will he make a move on David Ryan's? The Sport Paradigm number 53 for number Engage Motorsports. Here they come. That 23 might be better than the 91. And he's looking to the inside. And looking low, can he make the 91 go up the racetrack? Yes, he can, but the 91 is going to get a run off the top side, so the 23 won't be able to make it stick on the bottom. I keep messing with the wrong camera. Okay, oh. And they're trying to chase down Maranello, but it just doesn't look like it'll happen. So we're going to keep talking about the battle for the transfer. Because Gigaballs is about to lose this spot and be in that last spot. But not if this battle for the last spot starts, which it will. Side by side down the front straight away. Once again, that 91 is just able to clear that 23. And now the 3 is going to make the 62 have to go way up the racetrack. And he's going to be able to clear so he can take advantage of the 23 and 91. But the 62 says not so fast. Side by side into the corner. He's going to take the spot. And Garces wasn't able to get much of a run to make it another move on the 3. But the 91 looked to the bottom, couldn't make it stick. You gotta be able to make it stick down low if you're gonna make the move. And the top just gets a better run off. Meanwhile, at the front, which is probably where we should be spending more time, Donald Marinero, who won Talladega over Aaron Din, leading the heat from the pole, trying to lead every single lap. Ross is done with a mechanical issue. The 98, who finished 9th last race, this could bring out the caution. He's going to be in harm's way if they don't call it. Watching for the lights on the pace car. And they didn't call it. They were... Or did they? Did they call the caution? Huh. Lights are still green, so... Well, if we see a white flag right here, I think we know why. No, it's not the white flag. Okay, that was strange. I thought the leaders were going to wreck in there. But now we know who one of the cars missing the show is. Looks like my Duros is gonna transfer to the main race. Unless Bennett can make a huge charge, but it doesn't look like it'll happen. Watching for the white. If it's coming, no! So we are still green for now. With the scrolling ticker, I can't tell what lap it is very often, unless it's like a restart, then I'm able to count the laps. But obviously I'm commentating, and I don't think you guys want to hear me counting the lap count. But what you do want to see is this battle for position. Bennett got the better run off the corner. He's going to try to take a lunge at Mardiros. Side by side for the lead. White flag in heat number 2. Side by side for the lead into 1. Can VARCA clear? No, he can. But he's going to have a good shot of clearing off 4. Marinella led all that, but he's not gonna. Oh, will he lead the most important line? Crossover, side by side to the checker. Who's gonna get back first? It's gonna be Charles Barga. Charles Barga is gonna win heat number 2. Back to the transfer. Bennett got by Mardiros. Mardiros got passed by Bennett. Mardiros screwed him. Penrose, Garces, and Dunn will be going to watch from the infield. Unbelievable. We need to see this right here. Oh, and then that forces the 91 really high up the racetrack. The 3 tried to make a move, slid up, and that's just how it happens. Mitchell Mardiros will not be racing in Gateway. Heartbreak for the 91, but it's pure